at the Business Department, University of Ghana, Doc Ewa Humanoso. Doc, good afternoon. Me the very sure official private say me tone can ache ye pa.
Good afternoon, I'm Joseph.
Pacho Biaboko.
Department of Economics, not Business School.
Department of Economics. Mamenda was say what you listen to Abre. Naboko there.
Eminadum, you could come with a share and
Achapa Bribia that says, sir, area. One ever king case can say one come over Penesia share now they are the share but there's Busa Kosa. Intimidity say what you mean Yabre Etienne said Ubesia Cano casually. I think you be dome to Kaji Bray, but maybe on top. I don't want to say maybe Sikasrebia Uncle Free with my mana.
Oh, I never because and say budget to any first opportunity administration to revise the targets since I call IMF program. And our IMF program, so no, the key pillar, in fact, the expectation for this year was to front load fiscal adjustment, from Bechidem to front load fiscal adjustment, just say, the difference between revenue and expenditure, no, close to Gabono. By you close to Gabono, holding Cassiana this year. Now, they are pushing call next year and the next 2 years. And she, and you was here for 3 years, and you had to draw number this year. You close to Gabon, and yet, Tama IMF actually will say, Bia, and you did more so, and as if you can out in a year, no. And yes, I tell you, so now I'll compare, say, Sikana and some for being Cajon. While Brown, yes, can be free, baby, my, especially the Bia, and could oil price in Pona cost, or no, I can say, oh, oil revenue, no. I brought the target at the man this year, didn't she? Parliament amount any the can required or say oil revenue for the Swati. And I wasn't expecting any supplementary estimate, honestly, this year. This review because of the IMF program and it's because of the fiscal the front loaded fiscal consolidation or fiscal adjustment, you know. But yes.
Can we say same about taxes and so the introduction before from Biabana?
Yeah, it's the same like supplementary, you know. It's either say when your extra fund be or baby and appropriation or the parliament amount to me I'll be appropriate. Now where the extra funds to be because I buy on fine share most of the sticker extra every baby. And until I also come into a new taxes and increment in new tax rate, you know. Now already now of course Ghanaians have complained about the number of taxes so another one by this year to Ananka and businesses in name of Brave. And I buy also need tax be answer and free because I buy the fiscal. Yes, I bring now to buy for say we need tax in free especially if the tax is not a nuisance tax, if the tax is not having negative impact on production. And here only now come into I buy now for new taxes. I say the audit to acquire last beginning of the year, no, and no one or has and I've told you say. Especially because of the IMF program, everything the government is doing now is in reference to the IMF program. Of course, you can't do anything outside the program since you have the program for the next 3 years. So the next 3 years, the pillars of what IMF program meaning fiscal consolidation, structural reforms, protecting the poor and the vulnerable, inclusive growth. Meaning, no one are buying the for the next 3 years.
But then the Bema, your finance minister, I catch say the ocean economy now. We are quite assured of a stability. And then ocean indices bear and indicators been original, so I can say.
Okay, so all stability now. And you might bear no a year one GDP debt to GDP ratio, 2 a exchange rate, 3 inflation, 4 interest rate, and 5 budget deficit. And our balance. Okay, you find one by one. Debt to GDP ratio now, or can I say stability now? Mention the angle of the conversation, and the finance minister can free the end of last year and this year. and things have been a little bit better compared to end of last year. The debt to GDP ratio, no, the time I ever call IMF program, no almost saying number 90%. Today, was the end of kind of say it come about 73%, which is still high, but compared to time and then your man could call IMF program, and better. And to me, it's not as if he's saying, say, compared to 2015 or 2016 or 2008, things have been better. He is making reference to, even though one cannot specifically, but means me an analyst. So based on analysis, he was making reference to time you call IMF program versus today. Has the program brought any stability or any improvement? And the answer is yes. Even though not all the indicators, but most of the indicators. And the GDP growth rate there, I revised it downwards, so no, the answer will be no. But the exchange rate stability, last year by this time, exchange rate is still in depreciation rate, and I'm bare 40%. Today we are talking about some 20%, 21%. And the yes, change time, call IMF now. The answer is yes. Inflation, around 54, 53%. Today it is around 42%. It is still high. But of course, 42 is better than 53.
But the answer is yes. Yes, yeah. The reflection on society is 170. Because ordinarily, they be that say, oh, where, oh, figures, where, oh, indices, where, indicators, where, but how do we reflect those figures? Okay.
And to my last one, which is the interest rate, and so interest rate, we are seeing a downward trend. But balance of Bank of Ghana policy rate in India is really upward, and also affects here. And to talk about how the micro analysis of or the macro, the macro indicators. And your question is, how is that affecting the micro? Any businesses? And your free interest rate in India, and they will be argued to say it's so high, and it's making our businesses uncompetitive. And I have personally made a proposal. I said we should pursue a single-digit interest rate. For me, if we can achieve a single-digit interest rate, that will be very great for our economy and for domestic business, to flourish. And you're not there, even though interest rates not slow down, but it is still high. And the impact on the businesses, is very much on the adverse side, on the negative side. We have to do better as a country and reduce the interest so that you and I or any business person can borrow at a lower interest rate and expand their businesses. Exchange rate, yes, against the major trading currencies, and so even if it is 21% depreciation rate, it is still high. And cost single digit and can also be okay because and one before Edija. Nti aboso kan for ne makola for ne ye mame no ne papa no mo ko China no ne other countries ko to ekodidwa no so ti na ho de no ko for ma ma omo capital sika omo dwetiri kra omo no so no emu duro no ekofom
ehona nkame ban because there ebe we change the deeper do be say how well have we empowered your local businesses and businessmen and women because enkomra no efakese na so gina Ghana wona ye wona ankra adwuma so one who odini timi gina ye in terms of wom sika sebon tutu ya ana o man no so nya nsunsuanso papa but ekame ase bibia den ekafa yan kase yan kofo na afi yentimi ema ye ho hare ye
yeah import bill no very high and nyama big kitty big deal sin kitimi ye no ye mem nyame adom asase kakaka na Ghana way ya say if u get bia na afifi na no me feature ha na hu say tomatoes bia afifi is a Ghana asase no yes so good so fertile minim de ntia ye ntimi nya wheat in free Ukraine and Russia adenta ye nua bi wa ha wheat keke Ethiopia ye nua Ethiopia for dua wheat Kenya for so dua de ombetimi adua adana Ghana ye tia na bia import aden kitin machine ne bia computers ne car there you can tank how hard about the bia also the production capacity no know the demand but at least big machines in the area but no man kitin Bidia, which my import bill no aquaform. Refined oil, oil refinery, and so me no can say refinery a here no more. And to me now, ma ekano ekwa anymore. Anna, share from 2017 so air bar. Ghana has been recording positive, trade balance, which means almost say import bill no was ready. And so what the natural resource, gold, new bauxite, and then you might turn export to the Kahua. Yeah, exporting more than we import. And see, exporting more than we import, Sikano fine. And the conclusion of the matter is that Sikano nyaya there. Njebe trophy kakaka or budget him, and so now a mukasi and Ghana for there. Sikano actual from about extractive sector, Bank of Ghana figures. First 9 months of last year, or see exported $4.2 billion of gold. And then $3.8 billion of crude oil. You know, cover my $8 billion. Just 9 months of last year, $8 billion. This I'm saying $8 billion. No, a buying check for me, say. A buying check for me, $2 billion. And this canon now, watch Bank of Ghana, watch $8 billion. A good catch so government of Ghana, Mr. Foriatana. Say, Sikahin, a winner fees are 8.8 billion. Or look at your say, the year be 1.8 and now 1.5. I didn't hear because your contract, any mining companies in the world, Sikano do na Komuho. Sikano do na Komuho. Over 80% of the value of the mining of the extractive sector in Ghana, and Ghana for her, the mining companies. And you bet you Sikaka, and then you're no can be, and I see the Nahod in India because. Say, 8 billion, Kinyamu half cra, which is 4 billion. Enka, see the Nahod in the business. See the Nahod in an echo form against the major trading currencies in a stika, a dollars, and now say, because a foreign currency, ye now, Memana, Emma, and research has shown, say, export is the number one producer of forests for any country. So, ultimately, a number of free home call be master cotton. Sikana Wunyano, and the Bama who seek local currency now hold the edge. And to the extent, say, yes, I don't know, dear. You see the number Koswam and a hold about form. This year for Bosnia, the yes for Bosnia. Until I say a young Bosnia bear 2 years in it, until I see the last year, a chicken because the DI, the CA may sit down the yes for Bosnia. A dear was year as a sustainable measure, no dear, or man, Yati and Yaira, and the Biaris of Bosnia, the Biabusia, and since I want to know Bosnia. Into local production and in the ownership of the resources. Two things. Local production now also no. The American way the ownership of the extractive sector. Ownership of the extractive sector. And American figures according to IFS paper. IFS in your paper was say between 2011 and 2018. The economic rent is the economist, the way we calculate our profit is different from how accountants calculate our profit. Because we take into consideration what we call the opportunity cost. Accountants, they don't include opportunity cost. And the accountant's profit is always higher than the economist's profit. Even economist's profit, between 2011 and 2018, which is 8 years, according to the paper, the extractive sector made economic profit of $43 billion, not million, no MB. $billion in just 8 years.
Billion.
Somebody is making $43 billion profit. This is just profit. You say what technical? What we free Amadiaka? $43 billion. Meaning in 8 years, so our Ghana in Ukraine, so Ghana in 8 years. In this $43 billion, you have $21.5 billion. What do you say? $21.5 billion more than our total borrowing from the Eurobond market of $15 billion. And think I didn't call Eurobond and half of this. Now, is it doable? Yes. Go and ask Norway, go and ask Saudi Arabia, Qatar, go and ask all resource rich countries, China, USA, Yamna Africa, Botswana, Nigeria. Nigeria is making 51% share of the production of oil. Botswana is getting 55% share of the production of their natural resource. Ghana is getting less than 20% share. Why? So it's doable. If Botswana is doing it, it's doable in Ghana. If Nigeria is able to do it, we can do it in Ghana. The gold business and the oil business is so lucrative to the extent that we must be strong, we must have strong leadership as a country and go into production sharing. Yet an anomaly as one Yamero no more yet a bununia busa ewe krase or as I said now by Jida a bunu and busa. So I said could be tomatoes was what tomatoes will be now to be $100 here. Or no by channel 50-50. Say a busan so a busan so or no by chen be a train number for 2 number for 1. And to Ghana, Nyamia chair gold, Nyamia chair boxer, Nyamia chair manganese, iron ore. Near the Nina Hoche Obi, na O2, no betia taxes in Kitenkete, any royalties in Kitenkete. No, physically now over 80% of the value is not in our hands. Now here, Ghana is the number 1 producer of gold in Africa. Ghana is the number 1 of gold producer in Africa. Last year, we produced 3.7 million ounces of gold. Now, how can you be number 1 producer of gold in Africa and have poor people amongst you? How can gold and poverty live in the same house? How can gold and poverty live in the same house?
And what are we suffering? What are we suffering from? Mindset now say whatever.
Yeah, I don't contract contract but that would be a lawyer. Or see if you take a look at the contract OSHA contract now, you will for Ghana. Yes, contracts.
I see.
Meanwhile, Nipa Kata who still work up and saying, now you're pre and see the Kata or no Kata, in your independence, not Kata, a desert. Saudi Arabia, in your independence, correct or man. Dubai, in your time in your independence, not Dubai, never hang. And then Omodio, Yamia Chadi Omodima, oil, no, on a mashasu ye, I have production sharing. I develop a mind. Ye physical transforming this country. Ye free BBAO, ye free IMF, ye free World Bank, ye free taxes. Sika, ye be nya, ye did between the transform your economy, no, natural resource. Now this 43 billion economic rent, no, is just from the natural resource in the raw state without adding value to it. So imagine what you will gain as a country by adding value to our gold and adding value to our oil.
Doc. My fancy Hanma, affair who hit Bassi and won't have a commodity yet the bampa. Mamma Nasi Benim say, now 3 moody, Obama Betine could see sense on a bedroom so, and I do my fam so now getting me to Como Yipa. Dr. Du Susako, dear, always a pleasure. Ye know Casa, a Dasi P.